The coronavirus vaccine, aka People Magazine's sexiest vaccine alive. In the last few months, we've gotten all sorts of different vaccines. Pfizer, Moderna, AstraZeneca, Montero, but for at least a little while, it looks like there's going to be one less.
Breaking news this morning, the CDC and the FDA have just issued a joint statement recommending a pause in the use of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine in the U.S. The agencies say they are reviewing 6 reported cases of a rare type of blood clot in people who have received the vaccine. Nearly 7 million doses of the J&J vaccine have already been administered in the U.S. Officials say these adverse events appear to be extremely rare.
Yeah, the FDA has temporarily halted the Johnson & Johnson vaccine while they look into 6 cases of rare blood clots in people who got that vaccine. And look, on the one hand, I get it. You don't want the vaccine for one disease to give you another disease. Like, I wouldn't want the flu shot if it also gave me restless vagina syndrome. But on the other hand, it's 6 cases out of 7 million doses. You realize that means you're more likely to get struck by lightning 10 times, which, by the way, is the origin story of Marvel's most useless superhero. Help us, Lightning Man! Help us! Help you? I need help! I've been struck by lightning 10 times! Call an ambulance! Yeah! Well, he's still better than Hawkeye. And don't forget, yes, you might have a 0.0001% chance of getting blood clots from this vaccine. But if you get coronavirus, you can get lung damage, heart damage, neurological damage, strokes, seizures, Guillain-Barré syndrome, immune disorders, erectile dysfunction, and get this, also blood clots. Honestly, if you ask me, I think it's actually impressive that Johnson & Johnson even made an effective vaccine with such a low chance of blood clots. I mean, Pfizer and Moderna, those are drug companies. Johnson & Johnson makes baby shampoo. I'm surprised their shit works at all. But still, there is no question that this is a setback. I'm not going to deny it. It's a setback for a country that is already dealing with a shit ton of vaccine hesitancy. Because even if they look at the problem and they decide that the vaccine is safe, you best believe for a lot of people the damage is already done. And I get it. I mean, imagine you're at a restaurant and the chef comes out and says, "We need to pause eating to make sure your dinner's not going to give you diarrhea." Even if he then says, "Never mind, your crab cakes are safe." By then, you've been thinking about diarrhea for 20 minutes, so you're probably just going to have drinks. But look, while this is a small setback, the US is still doing a really good job with its vaccine rollouts, which you have to admit is a little unexpected. I mean, given how America handled everything else about the pandemic, I wouldn't have been surprised if when vaccine time came around, America accidentally locked all 300 million doses in the trunk of the car. They melted! I didn't know it locked itself! In fact, one of the only countries that's doing just as well as the US is Great Britain. And today, they're celebrating the results of that success.
People in England can once again have someone else pull them a pint of beer and enjoy it while sitting in a pub garden. Now, that's just one of several coronavirus restrictions now being eased thanks to a fast vaccination rollout coupled with a falling death rate.
Many businesses reopened for the first time since January. Long lines of eager shoppers formed outside clothing stores in London. Some Brits got their first real haircut of the year. But for others, this is what they'd been waiting all winter for.
British people, I mean, the way we cope with being British is going to the pub as often as possible. So we've been denied that for months, and now we're like, okay, now we're back to normal.
Seeing everyone smiling, it really feels like it fills you with positivity and hope that we're going to get over this.
I'm on my 10th pint already, and I'm speaking straight. It's great.
Ooh, 10 pints. This guy doesn't even need the vaccine. The alcohol in his blood will kill any corona that gets in there. But that's right. The UK is finally out of lockdown. And that's in part thanks to a very successful vaccine program. Now, one thing that the British did differently is that they prioritized giving everyone a first shot quickly rather than making sure that people got both doses, which actually makes sense. You know, it's like if you have 10 pints of beer. You want to let everyone have some so that everyone can enjoy the party. You don't let one guy drink all 10 pints. That would be insane, Charlie! Oh, and another big difference between America and the UK is that the UK and a lot of other countries actually had a real lockdown. No stores, no pubs, no nothing. America never did that. And that's why right now some Americans are going, well, I don't get why my life will change with the vaccine. Well, yeah, for you it won't, because you never stop going to TGI Fridays.